After months of rumors, high stake bidding, and Wall Street drama, one of the biggest agreements in modern media history has finally come out. Netflix, the original king of streaming, has officially agreed to acquire Warner Bros., the legendary 100 years old Hollywood studio. This wasn't just a simple purchase, it was the dramatic final act for a company drowning in debt. Warner Bros. Discovery, a media giant created from a messy merger just a few years ago, was saddled with over $35 billion in financial obligations. Its stock price was struggling, and its cable TV empire, with channels like CNN, TNT, and Discovery channels, was bleeding viewers. They needed a lifeline. First, Paramount tried to buy them, then Comcast, the owner of Universal Picture, entered the ring, but in the end, it was Netflix that won the prize. So, what does this historic $82.7 billion deal look like? In simple language, it's a clever two-step process. First, Warner Bros. Discovery is splitting itself in two. One company, which will be called Discovery Global, will hold all the traditional cable TV channels like CNN, the Discovery Channel, Food Network, and HGTV. This company will remain public and independent. The second, more glamorous company is Warner Bros. This holds all the crown jewels: the Warner Bros. Movie and TV studios, the entire HBO network, the Max streaming service, and most importantly, some of the most valuable franchises in the world. Netflix is buying that second piece. They are acquiring an entertainment arsenal that includes iconic franchises like Harry Potter, the DC Universe, in which comes Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Game of Thrones, and Lord of the Rings. Also, they are buying legendary studios, the Warner Bros. Film and television production houses that have been making hit content for a century. Prestige Television, the entire HBO brand, long considered the gold standard of quality TV, a major competitor. By absorbing Max, Netflix eliminates its closest rival in the high-end streaming space. This deal is so massive it has set off alarm bells in Washington DC and across Hollywood. The central question regulators are asking: does this merger create an unstoppable monopoly? There are three major antitrust concerns. First, a streaming monopoly. The biggest worry is that this deal kills competition. By combining Netflix, the world's largest streamer, with HBO Max, a major premium service, the new company would control a staggering 56% of the global streaming market. Critics argue this would give them unchecked power to raise subscription prices for everyone, with very few premium alternatives left. Second concern is harm to workers. The Writers Guild of America has come out forcefully, stating this merger must be blocked. Their argument is about something called monopsony power, which is a monopoly on buying. If Netflix owns the Warner Bros. Studio and HBO, there's one less major buyer for scripts and creative talent. This could drive down wages and give writers, actors, and directors fewer opportunities. And the third concern is content gatekeeping. The new Netflix will own an unprecedented library of must have content. Regulators worry they could use this leverage to crush smaller competitors. For example, by pulling all Warner Bros. Content from other platforms to refusing to license it out, effectively becoming content gatekeeper. It's important to understand this consolidation is still very much in debate. The deal was just announced, but it is far from done. It now faces a long uphill battle for approval that could take over a year. The Department of Justice is expected to launch a massive investigation, and it has support from both Republican and Democratic lawmakers who have called the deal an antitrust nightmare. So, what happens next? First, the regulatory gauntlet. Expect a long and public fight. Lawmakers will argue, politicians will hold hearings, and the fate of the deal will be decided in Washington, not in Hollywood. Industry ripple effect. This still puts immense pressure on remaining players. Does Disney now need to buy another company to keep up? Do smaller players like Paramount and Peacock need to merge just to survive against Netflix, Warner, Behemoth? The final outcome. If the deal is approved, it reshapes the entertainment landscape forever. If it's blocked, Warner Bros. Discovery is back to where it started, looking for a new path forward. One thing is certain: the streaming wars as we knew them are over. What comes next is a new era dominated by giants, and this deal will decide just how big those giants are allowed to become. If you found this analysis useful, please hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe.